Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the RCI World Tour 2023. Monza, also known as the Temple of Speed in Italy, plays host to round 2 today, just under 5.8 kilometers in length with 11 turns. I'm John Dalton, your lead commentator. Alongside me, Mitch Hobbs, and as always, it seems, Stewie behind the cameras. Welcome, everyone. The line, 12 hours of course on the clock at the head of the screen. Track conditions, keep an eye out in the top right hand side again with the weather. Rain getting heavier in the next 10, staying consistent for the next 30. We now roll towards the green flag, drops from the gantry, the lights go green, everybody still 2 by 2. I'm hoping they're going to keep a form into the first corner, although the Lamborghini, I think Chris Warner wants to see if they can capitalise on Nico Kumpu, but there's grass of course on the inside. Be very careful, we're 3 wide on the second row of the grid already into the turn 1. We see a driver off to the right hand side, rolling back onto the circuit. That's caused a bit of a traffic jam. We got cars colliding on the exit. I think the RCI eSports blue car involved in that, taking to the escape road. Speaking of fights, here we have Chris Warner now hustling the back of Gutman. He wants to try and get past, and up the inside of Ascari he goes, manages to keep it on the black stuff. Frederick Gutman going towards the inside of Nico Kumpu. That's going to promote him up onto the bottom step of the podium. Kumpu just shuffled outside of that region. But it looks like Timothy Flamga found his legs on Bitteralf. Just pulled out a slight gap. You see in the background there the headlights of Martin Lawrence glooming in the spray.
Its own little bubble at the moment. Bitteralf though, certainly not a bubble, and they're round at turn 1-2. Couldn't quite tell. I don't think there was any collisions there. Let's just double check though on the replay. So Martin Lawrence just backing up nicely. Put the pressure on. Ooh, maybe a bit of a brake check there. Yeah, I reckon that brake check from Flamga just caused that. He tapped the brakes a bit more than usual, and that's what's caused the spin. So that is not what Boris Bitteralf wanted to see.
Frederick Gutman, this isn't ideal coming out into traffic. This is De Jong now in the car, not O'Lila, and of course he's got the car of RCI Blue, Christopher Streppen just up the road as well. So Gutman down in P5 at the moment, for Streppen of course up into P4, and he's got a dispatch of De Jong before he can even have a sniff at the back of Verstappen. And we know Verstappen is a very capable driver. We saw it earlier on at the beginning of the race, just how much ground he managed to gain.
Very easily, because you'd be pushing so much near, because for Streppen, P3 and P2, there's a little bit of contact. The 969 does do a half spin in the middle of the second corner, which again almost gets collected by, what's that, Jimenez, the 1-2-1, I think that is. There's a yellow flag in Ascari with a 969. Been sitting there for a little while now. That is third place. And the 23 has crashed as well.
I can't wait to see the replay of this.
Everything looks fine as it is. That would be a back marker car. Beamer filters in behind, got a McLaren behind that. So is this a mistake on their own? We'll just have to wait and see, because everything looks fine. The McLaren is sending it and does make contact. What was that? And now this.
And it's bumper cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was following along with my data as well, and I can confirm for those of you doubting Jesse at home, those numbers.
We can agree those are some nice statistics.
Correct. They were some nice statistics.
Oh, here it is.
And this is the overtake for P2, done and dusted very, very quickly. Although it's not quite over yet, as it will now be a drag race down to the first chicane at Monza. You've got the 969 on the inside of your screen, and then you've got the 224, the blue car, that is now fallen just behind it.
And looking at the weather, Jesse, it's looking like it's going to be a very exciting finish indeed.
Well, it's certainly going to be decision time in 30 minutes to an hour from now. I don't think you can get to the end of this race on a set of wet tires. We got an hour of this race left to go. The track is drying out. All these teams have a decision to make, and that decision is when to come in, when it's best to put the dry Pirelli tires on the car, and how far they can go. Anybody that pits now can make it to the end of this race. The question is the track ready for dry tires? I don't think so. I think we're real close, but I don't think we're there just yet. Boris Bitteroff into the pit lane for SPH eMotorsport. That should hand the lead back over to Jordan Daly.
And of course the next car that will be across the line will be this man here, Frederick Gutman, for the SPH eMotorsport team. They managed the podium in round one, and they've certainly managed another one today. Fantastic drive from the Audi duo, Frederick Gutman and Boris Bitteroff, in very tricky conditions with a car with a TC that isn't always at its happiest. There's fantastic scenes coming down the main strip with lights ablaze, cars weaving to celebrate